So we're shooting video 4 for recovery. If you go back to the first video on recovery, we looked at the voodoo floss band. Then video 2, we looked at the scraper. Video 3 went over the percussion massager, and video 4, we're going to go over a TENS unit, or kind of the main model in the CrossFit market is called a complex unit. So I've got 2 links for you on the website there. One for the unit that I believe I have that I got for my knee recovery, and then another cheaper link to something similar on Amazon as well. They're pretty straightforward. Typically, you'll have some type of digital unit. Mine just has kind of a power button on the side, like an iPhone or whatever. It'll power up the unit, and then you get to kind of pick which program you want to run. Out of the power unit, you will have these little lead wires. So one end actually goes into the machine itself. They are color-coded on most of them, which is nice. You can kind of identify, okay, that's the green wire, the green lead. Get that plugged into the bottom of the machine. And then on the other end, you kind of have a positive and a negative for your little pad. A lot of the companies, they'll give you kind of a baggie of these little leads that you can put on. I'm not going to take mine off. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there's like a thin little kind of plastic divider where the leads adhere to. You can see the little wire in there. And then you just take one of those leads off. Give you a little illustration here as best I can. You're going to attach one lead and another lead, so you've kind of completed the circuit. Once you rip that bad boy off, a little plastic strap, and you've got your leads. And then, like for example, on my knee, I can throw that on some muscular tissue just above the joint. Pick my program on my recovery tool, and then it'll start to send little electronic signals from the machine to the patch, and it'll cause that. You'll get, it's almost like this weird kind of, the muscles like fluttering. It's almost spasming in a way. So the way I heard Kelly Starrett, who's kind of one of the gurus in the PT world, refer this to this is it helps the muscle create motion without movement. So like for example, maybe you've got some wonky shoulders or a wonky elbow or a wonky knee. You can get those muscles around the joint to fire without necessarily putting the joint through flexion extension, which for somebody like me who's trying to come back from a pretty serious injury, I can get blood flow to the muscle without really working the joint, which is nice. So it'd be a great tool for somebody who's got maybe some shoulder issues or some back issues. You could throw those little leads on there. You run your program digitally. Most of them are timed, 10, 15, 20 minutes max. Leave that on there, get yourself some blood flow to the area that's causing some problems. And then hopefully that can help spike recovery too.